Hi everyone, Dr. Manette here to give you an overview for week 3 of EDCIT 510. So for this week, we are focusing on early childhood, and you have 24 readings, 3 chapter quizzes, 1 My Child simulation, and 18 journal prompts in the Pearson Reveal software. So again, for that, what you're going to want to do is to make sure that you go to your assignments and that you scroll down and use this stars and dot timeline to make sure that you have all your assignments completed. And this week is worth 345 points. Now, going back over to the directions and guidelines really quickly, we also are going to go over your future career or current career developmentally appropriate practice presentation, which is due in week number 6. So there is a video and there is also a review of the developmentally appropriate practice materials. So you want to make sure that you look at the materials. So if you click on that hyperlink, it's going to take you over to the DAP project folder. And in the folder, it's going to show you that there's a discussion board that we're going to do, and there's also the project itself. So the project is right here, and it just kind of gives you an overview that you are going to think about your future career and what is developmentally appropriate for the population, the age group that you're going to be working with. So DAPs are teaching practices, strategies, and methods that are appropriate based on the 3 domains of development for all age ranges. So you're going to really reflect on what you could do and why you would do it based off of the theories and the domains of development for the age group. So there's 6 prompts that you're going to be doing, and you're going to present your PowerPoint that you're going to create using a screen recorder of your choice. So again, there's tons that you could use, but the most important thing is that when you upload your video file, make sure that you create your YouTube channel, and if you need help doing that, there are links for that here. And you're going to make sure that your file is unlisted. So there's a link here as well that teaches you how to share and to change your privacy settings. And you're going to upload your link to the discussion board, but I also want to see your PowerPoint file. So you're going to make sure that both of those are in the assignment folder in Blackboard, but you're going to make sure that you share your link, your unlisted link, to the discussion board for your peers to see. So for the 6 prompts, here they are. So you're going to talk about your current educational setting. So you're going to describe what your current setting is, or also your future setting, that is fine too, and describe whom you're working with and the age range that they are, their physical development, so what are their milestones, their fine and gross motor skills, and then based on that, what are some activities that you could do with that group based off of their physical domain characteristics and abilities. For the cognitive domain, this is going to really start going into the theory. So it's going to go into Piaget and Bandura and Vygotsky and Skinner as well. So you're going to think about what do those theorists say about the individuals at this age and at this stage of life. And then what are some strategies, methods, or activities that would be appropriate for this age group based on Piaget's theory, based on Bandura's theory, Vygotsky's theory, and Skinner's theory. And then you're going to do very similar with the social emotional domain. When you get to that, you're going to explain the social emotional characteristics and abilities of the age group you're working with in regard to Erikson's psychosocial theory. So what are some things that Erikson says, and what are some things that you could do based on that age group? And then also with their moral development as well. Now, for the conclusion, based on the information that you gave, you're going to provide a slide where you wrap up what you said and making sure that you really emphasize the importance of using developmentally appropriate practices with your educational setting. Your references should be in APA, so using your manual is going to be helpful, but you can also use Al Purdue, and make sure to use in-text citations on all the slides above it. That's going to be super important to tell where you're getting your information. So if you summarize or paraphrase, Still make sure you use in-text citations. But if you're quoting, make sure that you use quotation marks and an in-text citation as well. So regardless of if you're putting it in your own words or if you're using quotes, make sure that you use in-text citations. That is very important to tell where your information came from. And then down at the bottom here is your rubric. So everything is 5 points. It's broken up into the different categories. And then at the end, you're going to see how many points it is worth for the project. So there's a lot of different categories for this project since it is your final exam. And it is worth 200 points. Now, you are going to make sure that you upload it and you're going to record it. So that's part of it too, getting you a little bit accustomed to your new technology you're going to be using. So also for your DAP project, if you come back over to the weekly directions and guidelines, there are, sorry about that, it moved on me. There we go. You also have in the materials the discussion board. So the discussion board is part of your grade. And what you will do is that is where you will put in your post to your YouTube link. So if you look at your discussion board, which is right here in the other file, it says that after you complete your project, you will post your recording in the discussion board and you will respond to 2 peers. So this would be one of those times where you have to post and then I give you that time to respond and then you'll post back and respond to 2 peers based off of what they said to your post. Make sure that you tell them what they did well, how they can improve, and why this would improve their project. Tell them what you agree with and why, what you disagree with and why, and then ask them 2 questions about their project. Make sure that they're not superficial questions like theme or color or things like that, but make sure that it's very content driven, theory driven, the domain driven. So this part of the project has its own rubric as well, to where you'll post and you'll respond to 2 people and then you'll respond back, and it is worth $35 points. So after you have posted, responded to 2 peers, and then responded back to peers' posts, that will be worth 35 points in Blackboard. So that is just a really quick overview of your project. If you have any questions about that, please let me know. And this video will also be posted in week 6, but I wanted to give you an overview now. So if you wanted to go ahead and start working on that as you go, you can, and then you won't have as much to do in week 6. Please let me know if you have any questions.